Hi everybody! So it's been a while since I have done a video. I'm here. I wanted to show you today how I made these little paper rosettes. I actually got this idea from a die that I saw at Hobby Lobby that was a Tim Holtz die, and it was basically the strip of paper die like this, and you just run it through your machine and it makes this thing, and then you score it and everything, and then it shows you how to make the rosette. Well, I'm going to be making a banner, and so I saw someone online posted on their blog where they used these rosettes as the background for the letters on their banner. They had the triangle background for their banner and everything, but this was sort of the display centerpiece or whatever. So I thought this was a really great idea, and I thought I would just make a video and show you how to do it. So these are actually not attached, if you can't tell. This particular one is, these are just kind of ideas of what you can do with them. I'm going to be making a banner, and I'm going to be displaying letters on mine. So that's one that you could do. This is one that you could do. Like I said, they're not attached, so sorry that they're kind of falling apart. But these are just, you know, little ideas of things you could do with them. And then this was actually the first one that I made, and yeah, I've really kind of junked these up and distressed them a lot because I wanted that look, but you can just use plain paper if you wanted to, and you don't even have to ink them. So anyway, so let's get started on the project. Now, I have already I've already inked this particular, I've already stamped it, or not stamped it, but I've already cut it out and inked it. And sorry for how dirty my hands are, by the way. All I did was I took my scallop punch, and I just I cut it out, you know, and then I took my paper cutter and I cut this at 1.5 inches. Now, this is one thing that's important about these. These are, all of these rosettes, if you notice, they're all the same size. These are 3-inch around, okay? And the reason why they are 3 inches is because I have 12-inch paper that I used. So this is a 12-inch piece of paper. And the rule of thumb for how much length of your paper that you're going to need is however big you want your rosette, you times that number, or you multiply that number by 4. So if you wanted a 5-inch rosette, you would need a 20-inch length of paper. So that's just sort of, you know, a rule of thumb. And what, you know, if you only have 12-inch paper, you could always just glue, you know, paper together to make, you know, whatever length you need. It really wouldn't be that hard to do. So anyway, these are 3 inches, and this is what you would make with a 12-inch piece of paper. If you try to make a rosette that is bigger with a 12-inch piece of paper, this is what you're going to get. It's going to tear. So that was like the very, very first one that I made. This was the first one that I made that actually worked. So anyway, let's get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to score your piece of paper at each scallop. Now, what I like to do is I like to line this up with my scoreboard, straight edge, so that I know that I'm definitely getting a straight score. And then I'm going to go in and score at every other scallop. And the reason for this, I'll show you after I finish scoring. So I'm just going in and scoring. I hope my hand's not like in the way, but if it is, oh well. By the way, if you're wondering about the scoring tool that I have, this is called a Score Pal, and I think I got it back, I think, in 2008, somewhere around in there, maybe 2007. And I absolutely love this tool. This is probably one of my most used tools, and I love it because, well, it came with the bone folder, and that just attaches right in there like that, which is really cool. And then it also has a little carrying case that came with it, which was really awesome. So I'm done scoring. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell that or not, but I've scored every other one. Now I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go back in and score all of the scallops that I didn't score on the other side. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to aid in the accordion fold that we're going to be doing with these scallops. You could definitely do it without having a scoring tool. You know, it's basically just the same principle as whenever, you know, like whenever you're little, if you made those little paper fans. It's really the same type of thing, but it's just smaller scale. And I personally prefer to score it. That way I know that I definitely have each fold on each scallop, and my resulting product is going to be nice and neat. It's not going to be, you know, messy and uneven. So, are you serious? Oh, that's great. They've got music playing outside. Anyway, okay, this video is getting long enough. Alright, as you can see, I've got like mountains and valleys, okay, from scoring it on both sides. Now, this is a little card maker's tip. Whenever you score something, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is a mountain, okay, so the score is going up here. You want to fold where that is actually on the inside, okay? And the reason for that is because it's going to give you a nice crisp fold, whereas, okay, I'm going to go down here and show you another one. Okay, this particular one is another mountain, okay? If you fold it going out, then you're going to get a little bump. Okay, now this is regular paper, so it doesn't necessarily matter as much. But when you're working with cardstock, whenever you're doing cards and things like that, it really does make a big difference. So now what I'm doing is I'm just folding each one of these back and forth, just like whenever you're little, folding an accordion fan fold, and just back and forth. And like I said before, this is gonna, those little folds are just you know, they're a guide for you to make sure that you are actually folding it on the scallops, and you're not going to, you know, get an uneven folds. Okay, so now I'm done with that, and what I like to do is just take and sort of just burnish it, and what I'm doing is just kind of pressing down on each side so that the folds are nice and crisp. And then, okay, so this is what you're going to get. you've got your little accordion. Okay, so now I'm going to take my my adhesive and I'm going to run it along the edge of one side. And this is one little tip, okay? I'm going to be doing some inking right after this on this, but if you're not going to do anything else to the rest of your product, then you're going to want to fold it inside out, basically. And you want to line up these scallops as best you can. And then you will, I'm just going to go ahead and show this part to you real quick. You're going to lay it down on your surface, and then you're just going to take it and fold the outside, or fold the scallops towards the outside, and that's going to make your little rosette. See? Okay, but for me, I want to ink this up a little bit before I do that, so I'm going to turn it back where the ink is on the outside, and I'm just going to fold this up to where I've got all the little folds going out or whatever. And this is just kind of make it easy on me just to do them all at one time. And just ink those up. Okay. And so then I'm going to make sure that that looks like, you know, the way that I want it. And then I'm going to, you're going to need two either dots or something like that for the front and the back of your rosette. You're going to want to put something on the back of it, and then you're going to put whatever it is you're going to have decorative on the top. So I just punched out some little white circles. These are, I believe, 1-inch circles, my little punch. And so then for this I used the Aleene's tacky glue, and I make sure that I put a pretty good blob on it, because you want to make sure that your adhesive gets all nice and down into your, or that it secures well to the creases, or not creases, but the folds. So you're going to turn it over and put this right on your, and then you just kind of hold this down and, you know, kind of press it in a little bit to make sure that it's gathering in the middle properly. And then what I like to do is just put something that is kind of sturdy or heavy. I just put my hole punch right back onto it, and that way your rosette doesn't pop back up while it's drying. So anyway, again, this is, you know, these are the little rosettes, and you can put whatever you want to in them. And yeah. So I hope that this was helpful to you in some way. And maybe I'll post a video of the banner that I make afterwards. These are going to look completely different later. But anyway, I hope that this helped, and I hope that this is something that you can add to one of your projects. If you have any questions, please feel free to just comment below. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.